Welcome back, everybody. Well, let me tell you what happened. Before we get started, I have a dumb, silly story. I totally fucked up the first attempt recording from this point. What happened was I forgot to save last time, so I had to go back in to my old save point. So like around where the episode before this started. So like in the elevator room and everything. So I just quickly took the 5-10 minutes to speed run my ass on the way here and do that because I do it for you guys. Don't say I never do nothing for you. That's the Manny guarantee. No. Oh, excuse me. It's around 4 p.m. my time, and I'm just barely drinking coffee after doing a work shift. But anyway, just a couple housekeeping things I wanted to get out of the way. I'll just pause this real quick. I know James is getting a little agitated with me taking so long, but okay. So this is probably going to be the last part of this playthrough. We're going to see an ending today. That being said, I am planning on continuing this Silent Hill 2 series to see the rest of the endings, to see the extra stuff that we didn't see this time around. It's not that much when you really think about it, but I am gonna take it slow for the next couple parts, just because I'm not too proud of the visual fidelity of how the first few parts of this current series went. So I kind of want to make it up to you guys by like showing you the introduction and first couple areas of the game as best as I can. I know that my current visual fidelity isn't the best either, but it's the best I can do right now, and it's definitely a good step above what it used to be. So that's gonna be that, and after that, I'm gonna be as quick as possible, and I'm going to be as diligent as I can to show you guys everything that we haven't seen yet, and kind of fast forward through everything that we have. I know it might get a little repetitive, so that's why after I'm done recording this game for today, I'm also going to be adding another game to our rotation now, and I do plan on playing that uh, in its entirety, at least in its entirety when it comes to like one full playthrough. Don't count on 100%ing a lot of games from here on out. This one's just special, given that it's a really special game to me, and it's also our inaugural playthrough. So it's kind of tough to say goodbye to this just yet. I don't think it's the right time to. I know what I want to see before I say goodbye to Silent Hill 2 for a year. Because I do want to revisit this game like once a year. Definitely around Halloween time. And we might see other Silent Hill games coming up soon. Maybe not real soon, but expect some down the line. Okay. Boring stuff over. Let's begin. Okay. So we left off. The truth is out. James killed Mary. Undeniably, and he's in a fucking state right now. I mean, this music alone with like the droning on is just so like this is what I hear when I have like a migraine and I can't think straight. Like it's oppressive. I know I use that word a lot when describing everything in this game, but it really is. Yep. Photo of Mary. Yep. And The letter from Mary, I know we've seen it change once before, but there's nothing in the envelope now. Not even the blank piece of paper that the letter was written on. So it was just nothing. Now that there's clarity, there was no letter from Mary. Okay. Looks like the lock's broken. Yeah, and now the hotel's all fucked up and ruined. Kinda like the hospital, and kinda like our descent into the Historical Society prison area. If you guys like the game, I do suggest following Masahiro Ito on Twitter, and because he's one of the lead designers of this game. You know, he was in charge of a lot of stuff in this game, primarily art design, if I'm remembering correctly, and he likes to just talk about this game. I just can't open it, huh? He likes to talk about this game a lot, and let's see. Yep. I can't go downstairs. There's no exit here for me. He likes to talk about the game a lot, specifically about like his design philosophies, his sort of ideas that he went through talking about the game and the setting. So that's really cool. But one thing that stuck out to me, one tweet that he posted was when talking about this hotel section, he said something along the lines of, typically a Silent Hill protagonist goes through an area as it is in the real world first, and then it becomes sort of a nightmare version. When, except in James's case, in the hotel specifically, he enters the hotel in the distorted nightmare state, and then once he faces the reality that he killed Mary, he sees the hotel for what it really is. And I don't know if you guys remember the drawing in the prison area of a building on fire. That's the hotel. There was a fire here, and now it's just desolate and, you know, leaking because of all the rain just seeping through, and everything's just rotted away, and that's some strong stuff, man.
Mary's going to die? You must be joking.
I'm very sorry.
But you're a doctor. It's your job to heal people. How can you just let her die?
Please, calm down. As her doctor, I promise I'll do what I can. But there's still no effective treatment for her condition.
How long does she have?
I'm afraid I'm not sure. 3 years at most. Perhaps 6 months. It's impossible to say with certainty.
Yeah, so a little bit more clarity on what was going on at the time. Yeah. Oh, part of the long pause, I was kind of forming my thoughts together. She was diagnosed 3 years prior to this. She didn't die 3 years prior, implying that the death, air quotes, was more so from James's perspective. To him, she died that long ago just because of, I mean, it's tough to say. Could have been a lot of things. I'm sure we'll have some clarity on the matter in a little bit. if I ever learn how to manage this this hallway. Click lock's broken. Is the magic door? Okay. Yep. That's the one. Broken, can't fix it. Uh-huh. Everything's just keeps getting more and more fucked up. Like, my knee-jerk reaction to seeing this was, I thought this was blood of some kind. Okay. Can I exit? Okay. Yeah, and since we're in the alternate version of the hotel, everything's in purple now, just to let us know that it's still that shit's still locked. Shit's are still broken. So yeah. Where else do we go but down, right? Now that we've built that habit. Yeah. Uh-huh. Even after everything, there's still monsters. And the flooding, like... In every other Silent Hill game, the other world is definitely, like, portrayed as something that you physically are transported to. You are forced to enter this. But, like, this game really plays around with that concept so much. Like, it's never clear if James is just bumbling around town, a populated town, just sort of hallucinating all of this, and like it's never clear one way or the other. So it's like, what even do we have to go off of, right? And that just, you know, what Laura said earlier in the game in the hospital when Harry, I keep wanting to say Harry, good God. When James is like scolding her for like being reckless in the hospital, just like, there's no place, this is no place for a kid. And Laura's just like, well, why should I be scared? What's up? That's, at least I read it to mean like, what reason do I have to be scared? I don't see anything. What's up with you? You know, just these tiny hints.
Mama! Mama, I was looking for you. Now you're the only one left. Maybe then I can rest. Mama, why are you running away? You're not my mama. It's you.
Angela, no.
Thank you for saving me. But I wish you hadn't. Even Mama said it. I deserved what happened.
No, Angela, that's wrong.
No, don't pity me. I'm not worth it. Or maybe you think you can save me. Will you love me? Take care of me? Heal all my pain? That's what I thought. James, give me back that knife.
No, I won't.
Saving it for yourself?
Me? No, I'd never kill myself. It's hot as hell in here.
You see it too. For me, it's always like this.
Oh man. Angela's side of the story is just so sad. But yeah, like I was saying, in the same way that Laura just doesn't see any of what's going on, or can't see any of what's going on because she's a kid and doesn't have any baggage to bring into this town. James's, Eddie's, and Angela's baggage that they bring in, it's all different. So it's going to manifest itself uniquely. And it looks like the only door I can take just straight up leads out of the hotel. But yeah. Wow, what a scene. It's just so strong. On a less bummer of a note, Angela's voice actor, I believe, is Donna Burke, who I don't know if oh man, I feel like I mentioned this before, but I love Donna Burke. She did a lot of music in the Metal Gear Solid series, and she also, I think she does a couple anime songs too, like I think well, she for sure did Glassy Sky from Tokyo Ghoul. And yep, so that's pretty final. Where we've been seeing one red square, now there's 9. It's big.
I was weak. That's why I needed you. Needed someone to punish me for my sins. But that's all over now. I know the truth. Now it's time to end this.
Yep. One last Maria kill, I guess. And it's exactly as James said, it's like... I'm gonna use a big gun. Do I not? That's really weird. But I can just switch out my weapons through here, so... and that just got it. Okay, no, I'm not using the chainsaw. That takes way too much time. But yeah, like... Maria seems to be made from the town completely to look like, now that we know that there may have been some sexual frustration in the mix with what James has going on. I don't think the game tells us specifically, but we can kind of guess that, right? So it's like the ideal Mary, and like acting kind of like a taunt, right? Like it's the town taunting him, being like, yeah, you wanted this, right? This is what you came here for. So how about I give it to you, and you just watch her die over and over and over again. Because that's also your fault, dude. You're the one who wanted this, but also killed Mary. Like, you... and it's... Like, dang. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of... It's like an onion. There's a lot of layers to this. Unlike this fight, which is super simple, and I'm just like running to each corner. Like, this is supposed to be like really climactic, but unfortunately, the sort of imperfection of this game is, yeah, these boss fights aren't that great. And it's all because just the gameplay doesn't allow for that. Like, it doesn't allow for good bosses because the gameplay isn't supposed to be, you know, good per se, right? Like, you're supposed to be a sort of bumbling normie guy who is just kind of wandering through town and seeing some fucked up shit. And it's like, you know, as much as I love that concept, and as much as the controls aren't so much bad as they are, they're tight, and they're good and responsive. It's just that it's not, you know, it's not a shooter. It's not these other games where you play as these like super strong dudes who can get shit done. It's the concept of you being able to do very limited things is done very well because the very limited things that you can do are very good. Like, I can just keep running around, aim, shoot, and then keep moving. Like, and I'm not having any trouble with the actual physical controlling side of things. Yeah, and this fight, just like the other pyramid fight, I'm pretty sure it's on a timer. Like, they still have health. but if I just ran around the arena, I'm sure I could time them out. So, and that sort of audio feedback of the clinking is what I like to get. Because wait, did I use up all of them? No, I didn't. Haha. Okay. Yep. And just like that. Pyramid Head won't move anymore. Looks like he's got something. Yep. And it's like, I really love this part too, because this was kind of drawn out and dragged on for kind of a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. And I don't even have the envelope anymore. I actually didn't know this, which is a little embarrassing because I've been bragging about how much I know the game, but yeah, the envelope's just gone as soon as we defeat Pyramid Head. Yeah, rust-colored egg, and the description should just say, like, yeah, the red and rust-colored egg. Yeah. I don't know much else about it. I don't think there is much else to say. But yeah, Pyramid Head skewering themselves. Like, I love that detail, because it's like you fighting back, you no longer needing them is, yeah, and it just leads me back into the arena. Like, your act of defiance against them is what kills them. And I really, really like that detail. Where am I now? Ah, this is supposed to be the front entrance. Does it look anything like it did before? Yep. Except this is just wall. And where we were, I guess, was the foyer. So this should lead me outside, right? Not a chance.
Mary?
What do you want, James?
I brought you some flowers.
Flowers? I don't want any damn flowers. Just go home already.
Mary, what are you saying?
Look, I'm disgusting. I don't deserve flowers. Between the disease and the drugs, I look like a monster. Well, what are you looking at? Get the hell out of here! Leave me alone already! I'm no use to anyone. I'll be dead soon anyway. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. It'd be easier if they'd just kill me. But I guess the hospital is making a nice profit off me. They want to keep me alive. Are you still here? I told you to go. Are you deaf? Don't come back. James, wait. Please don't go. Stay with me. Don't leave me alone. I didn't mean what I said. Please, James. Tell me I'll be okay. Tell me I'm not going to die. Help me.
Yeah, so, I mean, there it is, right? Like, oh, pardon me. It's just the coffee's so delicious. Oh my goodness. My caffeine headache is going away. Finally. But, yeah. Why did James kill Mary? It seems like it was a few things. Like, it's a combination of hating to see her in this state, hating that he couldn't do anything about it, and that the and that it was almost 100% certain that this condition was terminal. It was out of a lot of sympathy, but also James was frustrated, and and just was not treated great when he would go about trying to take care of her. And it was like it's complicated and really real. It's I don't have a map of this area. This is nothing. This is just kind of a tower jutting up from nowhere, kind of. I mean, I guess this would be like the front area of the hotel, that sort of like field where like there was a fountain and stuff, but like now it just looks like it's a square industrial fountain looking thing. And it goes pretty high up. This is quite a few stories above ground, and there's just a pool down there, and it's just all this spatial design, y'all. Like, it's so good. It's so good. And guess who's waiting for us at the top?
Mary?
Wrong again. Mary's dead. You killed her.
Maria? Maria, I'm done with you.
What do you mean? But I can be yours. I'll be here for you forever. And I'll never yell at you or make you feel bad. That's what you wanted.
Now I understand. The problem is, you're not Mary.
No, James. I won't let you. I'll never let you have your Mary back.
Okay, final boss time. I guess same principle as the Pyramid Head fight, right? Just go to a corner and shoot it out. And I'm just going into the menu to reload just because I'm a huge coward and don't want to reload in real time. Because then she gets closer. I don't want that, no sir. Come on. Yeah, because when that happens, the moths come flying towards you and... come on. I gotta say, I think this design is not the greatest. I think the feeling that they were trying to convey could have been done better. But if I saw this floating at me super creepy, I'd shit myself, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, please leave. Oh no, please. I'm mashing the arrow keys. Please leave. Okay. Oh, that's bad. Oh, they do damage. That's not good. Okay, all good. Just took a full restore. Cue the Pokemon sounds. Oh lord. Hi, I'd like to not be here, please. Thank you. How am I doing? Okay. Not terrible. Let's keep it going. 3, 4. Guess we gotta
James.
perform the final blow to
Mary?
James.
Forgive me.
I told you that I wanted to die, James. I wanted the pain to end.
That's why I did it, honey. I just couldn't watch you suffer. No. That's not the whole truth. You also said that you didn't want to die. The truth is, part of me hated you for taking away my life.
You killed me, and you're suffering for it. It's enough, James.
Mary?
James.
Now I understand the real reason I came to this town. I wonder, what was I afraid of? Without you, Mary, I've got nothing. Now we can be together.
In my restless dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday, but you never did. Well, I'm alone there now, in our special place, waiting for you. Waiting for you to come to see me. But you never do. And so I wait, wrapped in my cocoon of pain and loneliness. I know I've done a terrible thing to you. Something you'll never forgive me for. I wish I could change that. But I can't. I feel so pathetic and ugly laying here, waiting for you. Every day I stare up at the cracks in the ceiling, and all I can think about is how unfair it all is. The doctor came today. He told me I could go home for a short stay. It's not that I'm getting better. It's just that this may be my last chance. I think you know what I mean. Even so, I'm glad to be coming home. I've missed you terribly. But I'm afraid, James. I'm afraid you don't really want me to come home. Whenever you come see me, I can tell how hard it is on you. I don't know if you hate me or pity me, or maybe I just disgust you. I'm sorry about that. When I first learned that I was going to die, I just didn't want to accept it. I was so angry all the time, and I struck out at everyone I loved most. Especially you, James. That's why I understand if you do hate me. But I want you to know this, James. I'll always love you. Even though our life together had to end like this, I still wouldn't trade it for the world. We had some wonderful years together. Well, this letter has gone on too long, so I'll say goodbye. I told the nurse to give this to you after I'm gone. That means that as you read this, I'm already dead. I can't tell you to remember me, but I can't bear for you to forget me. These last few years since I became ill, I am so sorry for what I did to you, did to us. You've given me so much, and I haven't been able to return a single thing. That's why I want you to live for yourself now. Do what's best for you, James. James, you made me happy.
Oh, we did it. Boy, am I fucking sad. Yeah, also, if this is too loud, I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep talking while this credit sequence happens. I really hope you can hear me. I can't catch it right now, but these are the growing pains, right? Still the first place in this book. Yeah, okay, so first things first. I'd like to apologize formally to every single person who's been watching me thus far, because I may have manipulated you a little bit. I did, in fact, go for this specific entry. Not necessarily for what it is and what happens to James in this ending, but mostly because what you have to do is get it. And yeah, like this ending is very fucked up and very bleak, but this is also an ending that you get if you interact with and discover every piece of story material right? Like the record player in the alternate hospital. In the hotel. I'm sorry, it took me so long to find the word. But yeah, the record player, the cassette player, sorry, that James listens to him like plead with the doctor during the sick Mary. If you examine the picture of Mary in his letter and the night also. And you also get that if you read the patient's journal on their roof of the hospital as well. And I'm pretty sure there's other things that go into it, like things such as not healing very often, and just abstaining from red health gets you this ending. To me, this ending is it's tough to describe because I would probably consider this a quote-unquote ruined ending in my mind. Nowhere in any other games is there conclusive proof of what happens to James. So it's very much the way that you as the player treat him and what he goes through and his actions within the game, within how you play him. And I guess this ending is a product of him being so he's entered this town to punish himself. He is here for the purpose of punishing himself, whether or not he knows it. Like it's within his subconscious somehow, and that's why he fixates on Mary's items, Angela's knife, which a fitting musical track to go with it, because this plays when you get Angela's knife, when she's staring at the large mirror and she's contemplating, she's staring at it, but then she gives it to you to take care of it because she doesn't want it. But then you look at it and you James start to like develop and like ruminate on it, and it's like the act of looking upon a thing means James is considering it. He's like forming an opinion on it and like internalizing it too, and couple that with like him not healing himself, because that's also a big factor in getting that ending. So like yeah, it's very like punishment centric for James, but at the same time I find it so strange because oh my goodness, I totally thought the game crashed for a second. I was about to say no. But yeah, like it's just so strange that this is the ending that you get while also like discovering the whole truth, right? Oh, that last hallway too with James and Mary, that sort of like hospital audio that we get with like Mary berating James, and then after he leaves, she's so vulnerable and so just all over the place, because how could she not be, right? Like, you know, and it's just, I don't know. This is just a weird way that I kind of internalize this. The ending is like Silent Hill 1. If you get all of the story content and all the bits and pieces, then you, hey, not bad, cool. But if you get all the little bits and pieces, you complete all the side quests, which aren't that many, but if you do everything, then you get the really good ending. And it's just so strange that it's the opposite here, where like in Silent Hill 1, you get everything, you get the good ending. If you don't get everything, you risk getting a bad ending, and that ending's really bad. But here it's like you get probably one of the most downer endings I've seen in a long time, and one of the most downer games I've ever played. But that's your reward for doing everything and uncovering every bit of truth. So I just find that interesting. I don't know if that was like something that was discussed at a meeting in design or whatever, but it's just something I kind of picked up on. But yeah, you know what, guys? I think I'm gonna call it here. Tomorrow there's gonna be more Silent Hill 2. We're gonna start on the road to the next ending, and making up for the sort of unclarity that the first couple parts had. So please look forward to that, and please look forward to tomorrow's surprise new LP that I'm really excited to get started. This is a game I haven't played that much of. I've kind of only played like 15 minutes to half an hour of it, but this is going to be fresh for me too, so that's exciting. And unlike this one, it most likely won't be a painfully sincere playthrough. So I will not have a lot of time to be painfully sincere while I'm running my ass off from horrible, scary ghosts and monsters, etc., etc. So anyway, stay safe. Thank you so much for sticking around, and have a good one.